Hi, I'm Marcia Morgan. I'm glad you could join me today. Did you know that there are 19 common barriers or roadblocks that women encounter when they're trying to go for their goals and dreams? Yeah, 19. That sounds kind of ominous. However, the good news is that they are all surmountable if you recognize them and are mindful of them. Today I'm going to talk about some of the top ones, some of the most interesting ones that we all can relate to. Do you see yourself as a pessimist or as an optimist? Because either one of those can make a difference on how we approach barriers. If you're a pessimist, most pessimists see roadblocks and barriers as permanent and they see them as personal. They kind of take them personally. An optimist is someone who sees these roadblocks as temporary, expected, and also navigable. So take a look, which one do you think you are? Hopefully you're an optimist, or maybe by the end of the video, you'll be an optimist. And I think that will really change your mindset as you go forward and are going for your goals and dreams. Well, let me just start out with just some of the top barriers that women encounter. What do you think that number one issue would be for women? It is time. I'm sure that is something that sounds familiar to you. It sounds familiar to me as well. Time, planning, energy, all those things kind of roll into one. Someone told me years ago that what you believe in, you have time for. And I think that's true. When you start looking at your goal, whatever that is, I mean, maybe it's you're getting on a hot air balloon and going across the Serengeti, or spending more time with your children, or opening up a store, or a food truck, or whatever it might be. Everybody's got different kinds of goals. But if you really like it, if it's really a passion, something you really want to do, you'll make time for it. Maybe it's getting up 15 minutes earlier in the morning, or taking a coffee break in the afternoon, and taking that 20 to 30 minutes to really plot out your action plan and where you want to go. So time is a big one, but we can work around it. We can make it work for us. The second, I kind of combine these together, is a fear of failure, fear of success, and fear of being kind of on the outs. Women are very social. Probably comes as no surprise. Most of the research shows we're much more verbal, we're much more inclusive, we like to do things, as groups, much more likely than our male counterparts generally. But with that, we have a fear of what if we become successful and our friends don't, or somehow we're different than them, something changes. Or likewise, we have this fear of failure, that will somehow be discovered that we're a fraud, or that we haven't done something, or we're getting recognition that really we don't deserve, or that kind of thing. So those kind of things are really big for women as well. Another really big barrier for women is, wait for it, perfectionism. Oh, that dreaded P word. In fact, we won't even allow that P word in our household because there's no such thing as perfection. It's great to have noble goals and have the bar high, but if we have such a high standard of perfectionism, what happens is that it freezes us. We won't even take that first step because we're afraid we're not going to be perfect enough. And little girls are still raised to be that way in many circumstances. So we need to work through that. We need to take those baby steps and realize it's okay to fall. In fact, it's great to fall because that's how we learn and do things differently and adjust. So the perfectionism, I could spend the whole video talking about that, but the book talks more about it, and how to manage that and work through it as well. Another one is self-sabotage or sabotage by others. If you only get one thing out of this video today, it's to think about who surrounds you, because that makes a difference on your success and your happiness, your joy. If you've got people around you that are toxic, as we oftentimes call them, or people that just don't want to hear about your dream or don't support your dream, why are they around us? Why are we keeping them in our lives, even if they may be friends, they may be family? We need to think about who does support our dreams, and including ourselves. Are we doing some self-sabotage? So think about who you surround yourself with, and find those people that share your dream or share the support of your dream. I always call these people cheerleaders. You don't want energy pirates, you want cheerleaders around you that really will help you move towards your dream. Another thing that's common, another roadblock, typical for women, is learned helplessness or victim thinking. You probably know those people. You probably aren't as attracted to be around those people, but they still feel like they're a victim. Their ex-husband is still, the one to blame for whatever, or their family of origin, or that boss that fired them 5 years ago. We need to move beyond that. We need to learn, we need to face it, but we need to move beyond it. We can determine what we want for our lives. We don't have to rely on these external factors anymore. We can decide, we can create the life that we want. Another one is procrastination, and I'll just mention a little bit. That's a real complex one, but one thing in terms of goals is oftentimes we procrastinate because the goal is not a good fit for us. So take a look at that. If you're finding you're just not getting going, you're late for things, whatever it might be around procrastination, maybe that goal isn't quite a good fit, because when it is a good fit, you can't wait to get up in the morning. You can't wait to start working on those things. So take a look at that as well. Well, that's kind of it for now. I hope you will take a look at the book so you can see all 19 of the roadblocks. And I kind of hate to call them roadblocks because you can work through them. There are a lot of ideas on how to work through them. So take a look at that. I hope you'll pick up a copy of my book. It's called Go, How to Get Going and Achieve Your Goals and Dreams at Any Age. It's a book for women and girls, whether you're 14 or 84. We all have our goals. So I hope you will take a look at that. And it's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, your local library, your local bookstore can order it for you as well. It's a great book, has some activities and questions to kind of work through as you identify your goals and look for some goal objects to help you remind yourself and visualize your goals. So it's a fun book. So I hope you'll pick that up. Second thing is I hope you will go to my website and download a free copy of a handout that might be useful for you. It's called How Close Am I to Reaching My Goals? So if you want to kind of assess where you are in the process, that will be a helpful document for you. My website is marciakmorgan.com, and Marcia is spelled M-A-R-C-I-A, middle initial K, Morgan, so marciakmorgan.com. The third thing is I hope you'll look at some of the other videos that I've got here on my YouTube channel, and I think some of them will give you some great ideas to get going on your goals and your dreams. So, are you ready to create the life you want?